Hello, Aries. This is Yola from Kitchen Witchin, and I'm here to read your tarot for the month of November 2021. I have focused on using the energy of the ancestors as I'm doing these readings. It's the night before Halloween, where the veil between the worlds becomes thin. So it felt quite a powerful thing to do, call on my ancestors, but also the ancestors of all you Arians out there. So, without further ado, I always draw a goddess card first. And this time I'm using the Goddess and Siren deck by Stacey DeMarco. And the goddess that I drew for you, your overall energy, is Amaterasu. Amaterasu. And she's all about self-esteem, finding the power within us to know our own self-worth. And I shall read from the oracle because it says it very eloquently, and I would probably bumble it if I tried to ad-lib it. So, you are enough. Build your self-esteem from the inside out. It's your turn to shine and be the sunshine in your own life. So Amaterasu is the sun goddess of the Shinto faith. She is one of the most loved Japanese deities, and there are many myths surrounding her. Call upon Amaterasu when you are feeling low in self-esteem and when you feel like you are not enough. Amaterasu's very name means to shine in heaven. And this is what the goddess encourages us to do. Let our own light shine out. First, we have to understand ourselves a little better and know how truly important we are to those around us and to the world at large. Without building true self-esteem from the inside out, creating a true love of ourselves, we are limited in what we do. And I would say this whole reading feels a bit like that. There's a feeling of really needing to kind of step into your power a bit more. And the first card that I drew for you is the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands in classic tarot. And she is an Aryan card, as it happens. She's about kind of new ideas. It's kind of a very youthful energy. She's kind of the youngest of the court cards. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the baby of the zodiac. And there's always this beautiful innocence that is within an Aries personality, I think. This kind of childlike outlook on the world. So it's a real kind of feeling of step into that a bit more. Look at this like a child would look at it. Maybe you're getting a bit bogged down with your kind of adult responsibilities. Particularly because the next card I've got next to that is the Ace of Wands. Lots of fire going on here. Does not surprise me with you Arians. My sun is an Aries, so I know this energy well. So the Ace of Wands is about sparking new ideas, sparking new ways of being, looking at what a new passion might be. Maybe just looking at things from a very different angle. Maybe looking at it with that childlike wonder. And the way you can do this, it's very clear actually, because this card comes up twice for you in this reading, is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is all about kind of being sociable, celebrating, meeting with others, supporting each other. It's got that feeling of community. So it feels quite important that, yes, you need to kind of look at the world with childlike wonder, but you kind of need to play a bit. You need to kind of get out there and play and find your joy again, because it feels like that maybe that's been fizzing away a bit. But with this Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups together, it feels like, yeah, actually, this might be a time to get out and have a bit of fun. But next to that, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So you've got a bit of a wrestle going on within yourself, particularly because the Prince of Pentacles is next to that. You've got this wrestle of, oh yeah, maybe I should get out and be a bit more social, but oh, I've got a lot of work on and I need to sort all this stuff out. And it's kind of like, so you're not actually doing either. So it feels like there's a kind of a big wrestle going on within you. But it really does feel like you do need to kind of try to find the balance between those two things and actually have a little bit of patience with yourself. I know that's not easy for you, Arians, sometimes. Patience isn't a natural quality of most fire signs, particularly if you've got a lot of fire in your chart. So yeah, I think it's really important that you do both. So you have to look within yourself as to how you do that. And that is certainly something around your self-esteem, really. I think that is something that Amaterasu might say, is that, you know, this actually being sociable might lift you up a bit in terms of your social your self-esteem, but equally getting on and sorting out some of the practical stuff will also help. So both of those elements are important: connection and solitude, but in equal measure. It does feel like you've gone through, or you're going through, a period of poverty, of feeling a little bit left out in the cold at the moment, because we've got the Five of Pentacles here. But it feels like it's very fleeting. It's not going to go on for long, because actually part of that is a learning for you. And maybe that learning is, how do I balance these two energies of being connected with others, but also taking the solitude I need to get on with the practical things I need to do. There's a big lesson coming for you in terms of that, because then you step into your Six of Wands, and Six of Wands is all about victory, you know. So once you actually have found that balance of those two areas in your life, I think you're going to feel quite victorious. But there is a feeling of perseverance here, because you've got the Seven Wands as well, which is kind of persevering through the troubles and through the struggles and through the anxiety. So keep going for sure, because you definitely have a success on your horizon. But you've got to be very careful, because you've got the Ten of Swords here, which is one of my least favorite cards in this deck in particular. It's a terrifying image, so I'm not going to show you it, but it is about absolute mental torture and anxiety, and it feels like you're really, really, really beating yourself up, and there is like a perseverance of like, I can't take another thing, you know. So what I would say is that you need to persevere. You need to find the balance of that kind of being connected with others and taking the time you need to do the things that are practical and need to be done. And it will actually help with your anxiety. You do need to persevere. You need to get out of this poverty mindset, this lack mindset, that I haven't got enough, that I can't keep doing this. I keep doing the same things. It kind of has that energy about it. But if you can kind of really look at that balance of connection with others, and I really feel very strongly in this reading that you need to connect with other people. It feels like maybe you've been locking yourself away a bit. It feels like there really is a need to connect with others in a kind of sociable way. Because your last card is the Emperor, which is an Aries card. It is you stepping into your power, going, oh, okay, I've worked that out. I've now worked out I need a bit of connection, but I also need that time to kind of sort out the bits of my life that need to be sorted out. And when that happens, I think you'll find those swords will drop away, and you'll step into this kind of Emperor power. And, you know, particularly when you've got Amaterasu there with, you know, really kind of powering up your self-esteem. It feels like you feel a bit downtrodden at the moment, Aries. So I hope that starts to shift. But I do think that is about you having a little look at where you can find the balance. So the Moonology card that I actually drew for you is the South Mode. And it says, don't let your past hold you back. Certainly feels a bit like that. Maybe past experiences have taught you, or you've chosen a narrative in your mind that that it will always happen that way. It feels like you're in a position at the moment where you can actually change that pattern, particularly with that Ace of Wands, that new spark, that new idea. So maybe write down any ideas that come to you. Pay attention to your dreams. Certainly connect with others. Really, that feels quite important. And then the Wiccan card that I drew for you was Yule, which is coming up soon, 21st of December. And that is what areas of my life do I need to shed light on? What are the dark areas that I don't want to look at? What are the shadows? because this is a time for you to change if you wanted to, and actually to kind of rid yourself of some of this anxiety that may have been plaguing you quite a lot. And in order to do that, we have to shed light on the darkness, and that creates shadows. But, you know, in order to create shadows, you need light. So, you know. And your message from your ancestors, excuse me, I will need to put my glasses on for this one, is: I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yeah, I mean, that is the kind of law of attraction stuff. It's like where we put our energy. You know, if it's into worry, then we grow more worry. If it's into joy, then we grow more joy. If it's into love, we grow more love, and so on and so on. And I understand when you're in a very anxious state, it's very difficult to get yourself out of that. But I think this is saying it's time to have a look at why you're feeling so anxious. And I do feel that that is about an imbalance in your kind of home life balance, your happy work balance, I would say. Yeah, feels like that. And then the overall card for the reading from the Angel Tarot is the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups again, which is about connection. So it is saying celebrate, you know, and it really calls for you, is a need to have more fun in your life. It's very important for you to do that. And that will really help you raise your self-esteem. So think about the things that you call fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but as I've got older, you know, maybe the things that I would have called fun in my 20s and my 30s, now in my 40s, some of that sort of dropped away, you know. So it's a reassessment of what that is for you. Beautiful. Oh, Aries, I hope you have a good month. You certainly have the spark to do it at the moment. And I wish you well if you are in an anxious state. And I hope you come back for your December reading. That would be nice, wouldn't it? All my details are down below if you'd like a private reading. I shall also be creating lots of remedies and cosmetics for Christmas, all handmade and bespoke for each person that I create them for. And they'll be going up on my Etsy shop. Again, details down below. And I think that's about it. No, and if you'd like to donate to my channel just to help me out and spread the work that I do, my PayPal is also below. Lots of love. Happy Halloween. Happy Scorpio season. Bye.